Good morning. It's May 1st, 2012. I hope you are well. I'm here to do angel card reading for this month. I was at a workshop on the weekend, writer's workshop actually, because I'm working on a manuscript, which I'm really excited about and can't wait to get that published. And the first day I had the opportunity to listen to Cheryl Richardson speak. She's an author and life coach. You can look her up. She's done a lot of wonderful stuff. But I picked up a deck of her cards while I was there this weekend. So I'm really excited to be using these cards today. They're called self-care cards. They're a deck of 52 cards. There's beautiful, beautiful artwork on these cards. It's just amazing. So again, as always, if you've been with me for a while, you know what's going to happen. If you're new, typically what I do is I pull 3 cards and I read the energy of each of the cards as I move forward to figure out what needs to be worked on energetically worldwide for whatever month it is I'm reading for, May. I will tell you what the card says. Cheryl's cards also have a little affirmation on the back. So I'll be sharing that with you. Again, whatever you get out of these cards is what you need. What I see is not always everything that you'll see. You might see something else that's going to trigger something for your own healing process. And that's what the card reading is all about. So whether you take what I say and it fits perfectly in alignment with you, or there's other little bits and pieces that you pull from it, it's all good. That's exactly what needs to happen. Sometimes I do pull a 4th card if I need a little bit more information, but that doesn't happen very often. So, here we go. The first card is gratitude. Isn't it beautiful? Just beautiful. And this card says, say thank you. Experience the joy of acknowledging others. And you really can feel the gratitude in this card. In these card readings, they're not always about what is being said on the card. Sometimes other things are pulled out of the cards, but today, definitely, it is about gratitude and about healing from that place of gratitude, of thankfulness, of peace. And gratitude is sometimes a hard place to get to. Sometimes what needs to happen is we have to pretend to be grateful for a while before we can actually start feeling it. And I know that might sound a little strange, but every time you say the word, if you don't already feel gratitude, every time you say the word, it's going to start changing your cellular memory within your body. And eventually you're going to start actually feeling grateful for things. For me, there was a while where I wasn't really feeling. And so a lot of the things that I had to start feeling or wanted to start feeling, I needed to express that. And over time, my life started changing. And I started feeling more love. I started feeling more gratitude. I started offering up forgiveness to others and myself. And it's kind of a bit of a trick, and I guess this is what the play with words is all about, is starting to say the words so that our body can come into alignment with those words that we're speaking. And once we start doing that, things will start changing in our lives. And typically, if you haven't gotten to the place of gratitude yet, or you're moving on to another plateau of gratitude, what you might find when you start feeling or wanting to feel gratitude, and so using those words, is you're going to find that you might not be very grateful at all. So then it's coming to terms with the situation you're dealing with, that non-gratitude, and allowing that to release out of your mind and out of your body so that you can come back to that place of feeling gratitude. It's a beautiful card. There's an imprint on the back of the picture. of the picture as well. It's very nice. So the next card is wait. Oh, there, sorry. And the back of this card says, honor your resistance. Sometimes no action is the best action of all. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. So if you're not feeling that gratitude, it is a little bit of a waiting game. You have to really work at it. You have to keep saying, I am so grateful for this and I'm so grateful for that. Take a journal and start writing what you want to be grateful for, and eventually that will start happening. Things will shift and change in you. It's about honoring that resistance. So there'll be a part of you that is going to say, but I'm not grateful. I'm really angry. And that's okay. So deal with that anger and allow it to dissipate out of your body and out of your mind in order to move forward into that next place. And this happens a lot of times when we start moving forward in a certain direction. We have to get rid of all the old feelings. We can't just keep covering them up. And I was thinking about this on the plane coming home yesterday, watching people's faces. And it's interesting how some people interact. You know, you can see them and they don't look very happy. They almost look depressed. And then all of a sudden somebody comes up to them and they're all happy and cheerful. I mean, that's lovely to be happy and cheerful, but it has to be genuine. It has to come from inside you, and it needs to be real. And I know I'm talking about pretending to have gratitude till you get there, but you also have to deal with what you're not grateful for in order to get to grateful. So it's about being true to yourself, even in that place where you're not quite there yet. So I'm not saying don't be all happy when you see someone, but maybe it doesn't have to be such a large jump from being really miserable to just being so joyful. And go inside and find out where that joy is. Where is your joy hiding? What's on top of that joy that you need to get rid of? What situation is taking place inside your heart and inside your head that is taking you away from joy? And I do body work, and we talked last month where you can get information to find people who can do body work for you. And a lot of this body work will help because it helps release the darkness, the blockages out of your body, allows more light to come in, and it raises your frequency level. So everything has a frequency level. Some things are really low and they drag you down, and other things are high and they pull you up. And sometimes we find when we're going through a healing time in our lives that we have some of the old frequencies that affect us. So we might feel really, really great, and then all of a sudden see an old friend, and then we just kind of feel like crap for a while. And then we got to pull ourselves out. And recognizing what pulls our frequency down is very important in order for us to remove those things from our lives and move forward. And I know getting rid of old friends can be difficult, and you don't always have to get rid of them, but what you have to do is make them aware of what they're doing to you so you can break the patterning. And if that patterning doesn't break, then you might have to make some of those decisions that are a bit more difficult about who and what you want to be around in order to move forward in this healthier place that you're moving into. Because truly, when you start getting rid of all the stuff that isn't really a part of you anymore, you start feeling lighter. And your mind is more open and free to make decisions that perhaps you might not have even been able to make yesterday. So the last card is nature. Isn't that beautiful? These are just such beautiful cards. Take a walk. Let the beauty of nature feed your soul. There you go. You see Cheryl's website address down there, www.cherylrichardson.com. And being in nature is one of the most grounding places that, for me, that I find that I can do a lot of healing. And even in the winter time, I will put on because I live in the north and there's snow here, I put on, all my warm clothes, and I'll go lay out in the snow and make snow angels, or just stare up at the sky and look at the stars. We now have grass. It's raining today. It's not terribly warm, but it's still nice out. And just laying in the grass daytime, nighttime, and just feeling the earth under you is a lovely place to heal. For this card, it is really a lot about going into that meditated state, going inside yourself and really looking at who you want to be and what you want that to look like. So we're talking about gratitude and other emotions that we want to be able to feel, joy, moving forward in our life, feeling better about ourselves. And when we do this, it really takes away a lot of that anger that we hold inside. So someone might ask you something and you just snap and you're not quite sure why. You know you're stressed, but you don't know why you're stressed. But coming into a meditated state and coming back into your body will really put you in that place where you can start looking at that stuff, because your body will speak to you in those moments of silence. Sometimes they happen when you're washing the dishes. Not that a lot of us wash dishes anymore, but maybe do this for about a week straight and just see if you can get to that place that's peaceful inside of you. It happens in the bath. It can happen when you're driving. If you have time, start going for walks in nature, even in your local park, and just try and connect with yourself and see what emotions are sitting in your body. I remember I used to feel the lack of joy. There was something inside of me that was so sad. And I didn't understand it because my life was really taking off. My business was starting to do very well, and my family was happy and healthy, and just all these things were going along so well. But it seemed when I got by myself, I was driving in the car, there was just this place that got so sad within my being. And so instead of pushing it away like I had so many times before and said, oh, you have no reason to be sad, let it go, like you have everything you need, I actually sat in that sadness, and I felt that sadness, and it came from deep within me. And it was about recognizing a part of me that needed to heal, a part of me that felt like it was being ignored. I had been spending so much time on my business, and it's not that I didn't work intuitively in getting the business up and running, but I had expended so much externally, I hadn't been spending as much time with myself internally. And so this last card is really about getting in touch with yourself and going to those places that maybe are a little uncomfortable, and having those chats with yourself and being honest. We all know what's in our heart and what's in our soul, just sometimes we just don't want to listen. So I do hope this helps you. If you have any questions, again, you know where to get a hold of me. You can either get a hold of me through the YouTube comments board, or you can get a hold of me privately through Tracy at healingpossibilities.com. That's Tracy. I also have a newsletter that goes out every month, so you can join that at my website, www.healingpossibilities.com. And I hope you have a wonderful month.